I visited the UK to shoot a video at the International Jalsa Salana, a large Ahmadiyya Muslim conference that attracts people from all around the world. They gather to celebrate the coming of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, the person they believe is Messiah, and to grow as a community of believers. However, this Jalsa Salana is very special and attracts a lot of Ahmadiyya Muslims because of this man, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad. He is the Caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. He is supposed to lead them spiritually and set an example of how an Ahmadiyya ought to live. His presence is a treasured thing, and he can only be at one place at one time. And since he resides in the UK, he normally makes himself present at the UK Jalsa Salana, making this one of the most popular Jalsa Salanas in the world.
The head of our community is our Khalifa, so it might be like in Catholicism for people to understand the equivalent of a Pope, for example. So seeing him, praying behind him, that gives us spiritual comfort and happiness in a way which you can't get from something worldly, you know. His
presence is valued so much, Ahmadis will sacrifice thousands of dollars and days of travel just to come to the UK Jalsa Salana to see the Caliph in person.
So the main reason for me to come here was to attend this Jalsa and also to meet His Holiness Mirza Masroor Ahmad and also to greet him and to meet him. So this was the main motivation and main reason for which I came here.
And in a way, many Ahmadis, if they're lucky enough to get inside the main tent, will be connected to the Caliph during the pledge service, but I'll get to that later. When I arrived at the event and passed through security, I was met with massive crowds and giant tents with exhibits, food, rest areas, housing, conference rooms, and most importantly, the area for prayer, where a giant stage was at the front where the Caliph would speak. The exhibits featured various topics such as how we can know God exists, why the Quran should be trusted, food, books, and other such things. There was also a really cool exhibit that featured the history of the Ahmadiyya community. I had the chance to tour all of these exhibits, but the thing I was most interested in was meeting the people, because they were from all around the world. I wanted to know what their experience was to live as an Ahmadiyya Muslim in their home country and how much of a sacrifice it was to actually get to the UK. Like Abu Huraira, who currently lives in Dubai, although he is from Benin, a small African country.
And tell us what the journey was like to get here. Was it difficult to get to this point?
Yeah, it was quite a bit a challenging journey. Everything did not happen according to the plan. So I started my journey from France. I flew from Dubai to France first because I got family over there. And the plan was to fly only 1 hour from France to UK. And but unfortunately, we missed our flight. Then after that, it was quite very expensive to take another flight, so we decided to take a bus. So we took a bus on Wednesday night, and from south of France to Paris, and another bus from Paris to UK in London. And long story short, it took about 24 hours to get there. But the challenge was, because I was with my family, because I have 3 kids, is to carry all the luggages because we took train and bus and so on. It was quite a bit challenging.
He sacrificed a ton of money and spent days traveling to the UK with his family for this very event. There are Jalsas closer to him, but the reason behind his motivation to travel to the UK was, as I mentioned previously.
But alhamdulillah, we reached safely, and we thank God. It was quite worth it to do all of that to get here and meet Wuzu, alhamdulillah.
He is here for the Caliph. Likewise, I met Ahmad Zufir from Brazil, who made this long trip to the UK by himself.
Did you bring a family with you, or did you come by yourself?
No, I came by myself, but my dad is also here.
What was the biggest challenge you faced to get to the UK Jalsa from Brazil?
There is a long trip, so of course we have a lot of money we have to use on it, then time, but it was a big event, so we have to do it.
And Jamu Sadiq from Nigeria, despite his age, he traveled to UK because it's his heart's desire to be where the Caliph is.
Because I want to meet Uzur, meet this Jalsa, which is the second time.
And to be connected with the Ahmadiyya brothers from all over the world. And the bonds here are obviously quite deep. It was incredible to witness people from different nations and cultures who speak different languages eat together, sleep together, and share this space together, and yet get along so well and respect and love one another like they're blood related. And this bond shows itself most prominently through the pledge. The pledge is a time for Ahmadis to come together and profess the foundations of their beliefs, while connected to the Caliph, reaching out in his direction, holding on to one another. It's a time for spiritual unity, personal confession, and worship, making this moment a very powerful experience.
In every root that you may require of me. Inshallah.
The impact of several thousand people's voices hitting me in unison overwhelmed me with such force. I could feel it. Not to mention the conviction and passion they spoke the words with. But what really stood out to me was a time of silent prayer following the vocal confessions. Audible weeping filled the tent as Ahmadis prayed to their God, repenting of their sins or potentially recommitting themselves to the faith they might have once abandoned. These brothers in faith are together, shoulder to shoulder, crying out to their God, both individually opening their hearts, but yet communally supporting each other while doing so. But not just the general Ahmadiyya community, the Caliph as well, their spiritual leader. The sight was truly breathtaking. And the pledge encapsulates what I took away from this UK trip. Ahmadis are deeply connected to one another, in a community that spreads far beyond just one nation's border. They are a community around the globe that support one another through both good and hard times. Something I can respect and appreciate, and something definitely worth witnessing for myself, taking the time to travel to the UK. Thank you for watching, and let me know where I should visit next, or if you like this video, because every comment, like, or subscribe helps support my mission to visit everything religion. But until next time, farewell.